is Leigh. Welcome to the Brain Performance Center. Let me explain what we do here. It all starts with understanding what your needs are and making sure that we have the capabilities to meet those needs. It starts with a consultation, either in person or on the phone. And that gives us the time to understand what's going on with you and explain the approach that we would take to be sure that we have what you need to create the change in your behavior and meet your goals. Once we make that determination, the assessment involves three pieces. First, we map the brain two different ways. We look at what is going on in the brain. We use LENS, low energy neurofeedback, to help us look at the neuroplasticity in the brain. And neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to change. We'll do a very quick map that way and analyze that. Then we'll record data for 20 minutes, a QEEG, and that lets us look at the brain from three standpoints. One is power. We all have slow, medium, and fast waves going on in the brain, but we need the right amount. And then it lets us look at coherence. And that's how the brain shares information. And it doesn't matter to me if it's oversharing or undersharing. It's dysregulation. And then we look at phase, and phase is timing. And what you'll see when that brain is too fast, there'll be some impulsive behavior associated with it. Once we have a visual of what's going on in the brain, we take that data and we export it into software. And that lets us identify what networks and hubs in the brain are the most dysregulated so that we can train those networks. It's all about creating organic change in the brain. My expectation is after 6 or 7 sessions, you're going to feel better. You're not going to be where you need to be, but you're going to know you're on the right road. On the average, people will do 15 to 20 sessions because we're teaching that brain how to learn to operate in a regulated state. And think about it. Anytime you learned how to do anything, it took practice. The third piece of the assessment is a neurocog, and that's objective data. And that gives us an idea of how's that brain performing on a thinking, emotional, feeling, and self-regulation. From that assessment, we come up with a treatment plan, and no two treatment plans are alike. We've worked with 3 generations in families, and every single one of them has had a different treatment plan. Everything is customized based on what's going on in your brain and what your treatment goals are. If you'd like to learn more, please schedule that complimentary consultation I mentioned in the beginning. We would love to help you.